Hello, sexy souls. Okay, so I don't have my normal candles that I have usually. So we're just going to do this. Oh, I guess that would go back there. Hello. This is Weird and Woo Woo, where I am weird and we get woo woo. Okay? It's kind of in the title. All right, so we're going to read some cards today. It's just one of those things. Just one of those days. You know, I get here and I feel so pale. So pale, guys. I'm going to change this up. There. Because it be shining up in my face. And I'm hoping this is good. I'm hoping this is great. We don't got to worry about. Okay. I just heard today. I don't know why. I just heard today. Oh my God. My door's not closed. Y'all. Okay. Yeah, this is me. So last night was eventful. It wasn't really eventful. It was a typical mom night, you know, where your child is getting sick because allergies and whatnot and all this stuff in the air from all the forest fires and whatnot. And he's just like this. And so he was good. Until my mom's like, he can't really breathe. And I'm like, so I start messing with him. If I'd have just left him alone. So we do some stuff and it's like, you know, he blew his nose and it like loosened something in there. Like sometimes you just got to let things settle and then try to sleep. So it was the whole time. And I'm like asking a million times, do you need to blow your nose? No. I'm like, blow your nose. Like, it's just one of those things where moms will understand. All right, we're going to dip in. Grab your cup of coffee, matcha, wine, I don't know, whatever you want, okay? And let's see if there's a message for you today. Yeah, I was going to just, they want me to grab this. I was going to, like, I was OCD, you know, like putting things together in a certain way because it was all like cockeyed. And I was like, I don't understand why they do this sometimes. Just waiting. Here we go. That almost came out and I decided to go back in. We'll see. Sabat. Ooh, first quarter waxing crescent. Okie dokie. Let's figure out where this is going to go. I got that song from Wicked, the You Will Be Popular. You're gonna be popular. I'm like, okay. In a who's. How are you, DW? Good to see ya. Okay. All right, so let's just figure out where this is gonna go. I just feel like in a, you know, when you feel like in a dazed mood, you're doing stuff and you just kind of like zone out just a little bit. I feel like that. I don't know if that's somebody's energy I'm already picking up on or what. All right, let's get into this and figure out what they got to say today. Okay. Sabbat. Change. Phases. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it's the card of honoring the change in the seasons each year and celebrating all the abundance of the natural world around you. When it appears in a reading, you're being reminded to spend time in nature and with wildlife. And it also suggests that there's a seasonal change happening right now in your life. Hey, Anna. So there's a seasonal change about to happen in your life. It could be, it's a significant change. There we go. I was about to say, I was like, I could have sworn this was something like, if we're talking like a major phase change or season changing, that's something. Ha 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 ha. Anna, I shit you not. Can you believe that? Okay, let me finish reading the sentence. It literally says something significant is changing or is about to change. And this card is here to let you know that this is a natural progression. It says, enjoy each phase. And it says, it might indicate change in your personal life, such as divorce, children flying the nest, menopause. What? Quit, get out of my, come on. Quit trying to jump ahead. They're just asking you to enjoy. I gotta be careful because I almost lit my book on fire. And to enjoy every step of the process of the change, but there's a major significant change happening in your life right now is what they're saying. Why do I feel distracted? Is somebody distracted? I don't feel like there's anything, there's no interruptions. Like, it's just my brain. My brain is like, ooh, 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 over nothing. Like, blank stares. What's going on? First quarter moon. There's something about outcomes being dependent on you and your actions. It's up to you to ensure that you remain on track and stay motivated. And this lack of motivation tends to happen when people are getting close to reaching their goals, their dreams. That just reminds me of like a burnout or a burnout. Like somebody might be on a burnout. Yeah, this is all about resilience. And the waxing crescent moon. Serendipity, motivation, and change. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Like, staying on task seems difficult. I get it now. I think I was picking up on the energy of the cards because I was saying that with the Sabbat. I'm like, why am I so, like, I still have to read from the book, guys. I don't have the first quarter or the waxing crescent or any of this shit memorized. So waxing crescent is a dynamic card of movement. Your path is being smoothed out before you, and it may start to feel like heaven and earth are being moved in your favor. Things will begin to fall into place quite naturally, and you are safe to let this happen. Look out for happy coincidences and serendipity. They will occur when this card turns up. It's almost as if they're like a major change is about to happen. Try and stay with it. Try to stay the course because we know you're really just about to go, never mind. Just forget it. Like, I feel like you're like, I've already gone through my energy and any reserves. Like the ability to have faith in something to a certain point, and it's like, it's not out of malice. It's not out of like fit throwing. It's literally, I don't have it. You know, that's why I'm feeling this way. I feel so like just easily pulled away from whatever task I'm on to like my mind can't seem to stay focused. It's it almost like goes blank. It's like it fuzzes out. You know, that little that okay, so this is my age. Back in the day, before things got so digitally, the TV would go at a certain point, and we called it like the snowstorm, like the whatever. It was like this big gray, you know, and that's what it's like. It's like my brain just goes, because like I was like, couldn't get the word out. I couldn't just, you know, there's something about the brain is like, it's this chug. I just can't do it. I can't do it. And it says, while any kind of change can be unsettling, the changes indicated by this card are usually positive ones. And with the first quarter, it's like, keep taking action towards something. And it says, keep taking positive action towards your goals and to maintain your motivation. Even small steps will get you somewhere. It's asking you to take whatever action you can right now to move your dreams closer to reality. It could be literally like simple as web search, a phone call, an email, but do something where I feel like this keeps you in the vibration and the frequency of what it is that you desire. It is continuously sending that, like staying in that energy and sending that out to the universe that this is still something that I want, that you're still in the mode of co-creation. And you're like, yeah, I can't do this like I did 4 weeks ago, but I can do this one thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, both of these are all about these two right here. Taking some form of action despite being so exhausted and distracted, and doing what you can to try and stay motivated, even if it's something simple. Because literally what they're saying is, and both of those cards indicate something's about to happen. And they're like, we don't want you to fall out of this energy. You know what I'm saying? And so just do whatever you can. Like Spirit's not asking for monumental moves or anything else like that. Because something very lucky is about to happen. I know some people are like, I don't believe in luck. Well, whatever. You know, serendipity is just whatever. I don't care. Yeah, things are going to fall into place very naturally and smoothly. I don't feel like you feel that way. It feels just, it is a task just to even clear your mind and go, okay, what? Like maybe there's a sense of overwhelm in an energy that you're like, they're like, take a step, just do anything. And you're like, I don't even know what to do. You may feel very overwhelmed at this point. And that is, because this is all internal. When I'm telling you I don't have any like, ooh, a pretty butterfly or a bird or like, it's not that, it's internal. It's very internal. And it's like, so you're in an energy, it may be very difficult to make a decision, to choose what to do, it's like, it reminds me of neurodivergence, autistic, even ADHD. You see what I'm just doing right now? What the? I done lost what I was about to say. Like this is. Oh, Lord of mercy, guys. I feel bad for you. Holy shit. You got mom brain too? Mm-hmm. I literally just had it. And it just... Good Lord. Okay. Well, let's just move on. I know it had something to do with ADHD, neurodivergent people and what they do, but like it's just gone. Like can I be any more of an example of you right now? Whoever I'm reading for. Where are we going with this shit? Oh. Azathoth Tarot. My brain is really going, what was I going to say? Like, my human's like, wait a minute. I don't know if I agree with these cards. Like the initial energy I get, or the initial impression, impression that I get is like Eight of Swords, self-imposed entrapment. I'm sorry, this does not feel like self-imposed at all. But maybe, I mean, at least not the mental capacity. And then it's the Four of Pentacles, which is, this is like the fear of stability, fear of stability. Desperation and trying to maintain stability. So it's almost as if like being very clingy and holding on, and it creates this very restricted energy within you. And so like when you're so very concerned about finances and just maintaining Maslow's hierarchy of need, right? Like having to meet your needs, basic needs, in order to be able to do any more. Indigenous people have always said this. That's where he got it from. Is that it goes from the root to the crown, and that the idea is that it's difficult to get up here and to connect etherically and to be open and in constant dialogue if you were consistently having to worry about your basic needs, your survival, right? So this is almost that would be, this almost feels a little like survival mode, like having to, like going so far and working so much and like spinning the wheel to the point of when you don't get anywhere, and it's like, I know I got to keep going, but I don't got anything left in me. I don't have it. And they're like, just something, do something. And it's like, I don't have it. I don't have it. And that's the only thing I could think of, is this fear is putting you in an energy of withholding, right? Like you feel constricted, and that will lead to brain fog. You know what I mean? Like it's the kind of idea that where it's like, I'm so concerned with things within my life that energetically speaking, things are locked up. Energy's not flowing. I'm not, not everything is firing completely. But it's also like this could like manifest into like physiological responses where you have like what feels like pulled muscles and a level of tension where you can't, you know what I mean? And like you got like a pulled muscle in the back because you're just, you might have TMJ, you could be constipated. It's like, it's pervasive. You may even have like rashes and, because you're just so, and it's like, there's no outlet for this level of tension. And so it's going to create brain fog. It's like going offline a little bit, trying, but not being able to fire on all cylinders. And so in that respect, it's a little bit of a self-imposed entrapment, like feeling like not moving for fear. It's like, sure, I could break these chains. Sure, I could get out of this and pull the blindfold off, but I know what surrounds me. Sure, I could stop being fearful, just be like, oh, well, but I know what not paying my rent or not paying this could lead to. I know, you know what I'm saying? It's the fear of what lies around. And I think it has everything to do with someone's stability, security, like your ability to thrive. And so it keeps you in this locked energy. And when you have that, you're not really working from a full cup, right? We have the Ace of Cups, but it also stops, like the cup is filled through the heart, through the feeling, experiencing. I also think that that's how we are able to manifest faster and bring things into our reality. And it's like a catch-22. Like I'm in a no-win situation. it's very understandable and normal, right? That if you're stuck in the root, things aren't going to come up to things aren't free flowing to the heart, right? So it's kind of like, how do I do that? How do I deal with this? Stuck. It's like digging your heels in, not a stingy, but like a desperate energy. It's a desperate energy. But sometimes when you get so desperate and worried and concerned, again, the ability, like you become immovable. You stop making moves because it permeates and makes you believe that no action that you take is going to get you out of it. You feel like you're at the end of your rope. You feel like the road is about to end, like you're about to fall off of a cliff. Like there's nothing further. And it's like you almost may feel like you're just waiting and watching for the demise, for things to blow up in front of you. And they're like, just keep going. And you're like, I feel frozen. And I feel like your brain's like, how? This almost feels like somebody who would be like sleep deprived, food deprived. I'm not saying in reality, but imagine walking a road and getting to a point where you're almost like, it's like the brain fog before delirious type of situation. I know that sounds, it sounds dramatic, but it happens to a lot of us without us ever, we don't see it or realize it until we're out of it on the other side. And I was like, oh my God, it got really bad. Right? Like this doesn't feel dramatic or intense because somebody's energy is so locked up that you can't even sense that. Like your ability to sense things seems to be impaired. Mm-hmm. Well, this sounds really great, but this feels a little bit like it's coming out of nowhere. No shit. The exact opposite of this, the 180, would be the Six of Cups, a return to joy, a return to pleasure in life. It would be the Ace of Wands, a brand new, passionate start. Like there's no more, like if you want to feel within your body, like to feel alive again, it's the Ace of Wands, right? And then we have the Page of Pentacles, which is a new monetary start, a new offer. It's like an offer within your reality, a very tangible, real offer. And we're talking about pentacles, so it impacts your material world, which seems like a stark contrast from what you feel like you're doing right now. And it's almost like they're like, keep going. It's funny. They want me to focus on the very minuscule things. Like when the card said, send an email, do some research. Like there's just like, you're on the verge of either discovering something, connecting with something, or like it's like one little thing could set the trajectory differently. Just keep, you're so close, keep going. And it's like, but your brain wants to lock up because it's like, what's that one thing? And it's like, you know what I mean? And if you don't have anything left in your reserve, your ability to actually, like, you're like, I've got this much drippy, drippy, drip drop left inside of me, okay? If I make the wrong move, that shit's going to be gone. And then, so I need to know what that one last little thing that will be like the straw that broke the camel's back, or the crack in the dam, or the whatever it is. Like, I need to know what it, like, you are immobile right now. So what's the link between these two? Is it strictly just there's something there that there's just, I want to say it's not even like this grand gesture. There's something there that can tip it over. Good Lord. I feel like there is something on offer between the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. It's almost like on the other side of some type of small maneuver, some step, some like little thing. Like there's not an expectation of a lot to be exerted. I don't know if you buy it. It's like going into, I swear to God, it's like going into a room looking for your keys. And like you're about to give up. You're like, I just don't give a shit. Like you've looked everywhere. Everywhere you could think of, this is so stupid. Why would it be here? And then you get that little like spiritual inkling that says, pick up that towel. And you're just like, no, I fucking looked a million damn times. Like I've already done every maneuver. And you may have danced around it, skirted around it, even touched it, but didn't actually pick it up. That might irritate the shit out of you. I'm just going to say. I don't know if like you've been doing some kind of song and dance all the way up to this point, and like the thing that opens the door is something you probably even thought, oh, I wonder, it might be under something. And you're moving stuff and you're like, I swear to God, I moved a million things, but you never actually fully picked it up. Like my children will do that. They'll move stuff out of the way, and all the while moving the damn thing underneath the object the entire time. And it's like, they're like, it's, you know, that game, like cold, warm, hot. It's like that. It's like you're right there. And it's like, okay. Page of Cups with a Judgment card. Like you're so close to getting like answering like this Page of Cups we've seen a couple of times. The Page of Cups is some type of offer. It's going to be very beneficial, abundant, and it's going to bring a lot of joy to you for the simple fact that it's like it's going to replenish you, right? You're feeling like I can't do the Ace of Cups. Like I don't have a cup. I don't know if there's something that you have thought to do before, but you just haven't done it yet. And like maybe you've done some work to like done the research you needed to do to be able to do it, but you just haven't done it yet. It's like that. It's that type of energy. And they're like, you're this close. Just keep going. Just do the little something. And then because you make that one gesture, that one whatever, something happens. Some type of replenishing new start happens. And it's like, it's like the opportunity for you to answer the call, right? Because I feel like Judgment is almost like, let's think of Judgment in the old traditional Christian way. It's like the judgment is what is your outcome depends on what you did before, right? So, oh, that's what they said. Like this thing is dependent on your action. There's something you've got to do. I forgot they said that with the first quarter. They just brought it back. So it's like one little thing you could do will set this entire thing off. And so it's like, but you got to do it, right? Like if they tell you to pick up the towel to find your keys and you're like, I already looked a million times. You know what I'm saying? Or like Spirit will say, look on your ottoman, and you're moving shit around, and it's like, but you're already so frustrated, and you're just like, I'm not even. Just tell me where it is. Like you're just, you know, when you get too frustrated that you can't at all. So there's probably something that you have skirted around, danced around, almost did but didn't quite do, or haven't done to the fullest, and it's like it's not that much more that you got to do for something to be able to eventuate for something to lead to a nourishing, prosperous, you know what I mean? But you gotta have to do what you're being called to do. It's like answering that call, but it's also a level of like, there's something with this Judgment card. There's something more with the Judgment card. Give me just a second. I'll figure it out. Hi, Kelsey. Hey, David. You actually managed to get on. Okay, what are you trying to tell me with the Judgment card? Because I'm like, is there something where you'd have to accept this thing? But like, I don't know why they would have to tell you to accept it. I mean, I know that's been the reading the last 2 times, but like, this seems a little out of place today, right? Because you got to answer the call. And the funny thing is, this Judgment card isn't like others where somebody's being resurrected. They're being demolished. Look at these like skin and bone alien things. The world is splitting in half. It's almost like facing the wrath of judgment. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's the idea that your outcome depends on your input. Give me more on the Judgment card. Your outcome depends on what you do. We got 4 swords, which is taking the rest, putting on, like, that's the pause button, hitting pause or pushing through. King of Wands, he pushes through. He doesn't stop. He doesn't slow down. He pushes through. He focuses. He has determination. He has follow through. So give me a little more indication on what the Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups is exactly. Okay. Oh, that was already there. Duh. So this is your energy. I feel like you're like dead, done, over with, crispy, burnt, done, kaput. Okay? 10 of Swords. And one little action brings about the Tower. Because the 2 of Wands is continuing to take action towards, it's the choice to take action towards your desire. And then the Tower, because it literally came out 10 of Swords, taking action, Tower. And the funny thing is, I feel like the energy of I wanted to say I feel like the Tower is going to happen either way. But I don't know if it's like you get to determine how that... it doesn't feel right. If you're sick... the Tower is the finishing of one season and starting of another. That's what it is. It's the changing. The old structure will finally be gone, and the new one will be implemented. And so it's literally like, even though they are just harping on this, we know you feel like. So let's just talk about the action then. Let's find out. Let's stick with a different deck. Okay. New Era Elements. You say minuscule little actions. They've kind of danced around it but haven't quite done it. I want to say it's come into your purview. It's come to your mind. You may have done a little bit, but it's like you haven't completed the action. There's something about following through on something. Following through. I don't think that you feel like that's going to do what you need it to do, which is the reason why. Because if you knew and understood, I swear to God, seriously, the 8 of Swords again. Maybe that the fact that that came out when I said you think it's not going to do what it's going to do. Yeah, you're fighting it. 5 of Wands. You feel too chaotic internally. You don't see how that could help. And I don't even think you feel like you like why? What's it worth? There is one small action you can do to change everything. And it's not even this grand gesture. It doesn't take a lot of energy. It crossed your mind already. It in fact, you may have skirted around it, like done little things. It reminds me of this, like the Star card where she's putting her toe in the water a little bit. It's like you're testing it out, but it hasn't really. I'm trying to think of an example where this would be. This is neither here. It's like doing the research to find the best hotel, the cheapest hotel, so you can go do something for a weekend and then not booking it. Because of whatever, this, that, and the other, like whatever reasons that you got going on in your head that is stopping you. Yeah. Something is just stopping you from doing this one little thing. I want to know what that one little thing is. We have the 8 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, and the Devil. Like you're buying into some kind of thought process. I mean, I know you're burnt out, but it's almost like, let me put it this way. Let's talk about that path. You haven't had any sleep, you haven't had any food, you haven't had any water. And Spirit might be telling you just go a little bit further. You're going to get what you need. But you can't see it necessarily. And you're like, it's not there. And you've already seen a million mirages and all kinds. So you're like, you don't believe it. You know what I mean? If you could see it, how quickly and how desperately, how hard would you charge towards it, right? Because that's what I said. This feels like a very destitute, desperate, like just burnt out, like worn down energy. And it's like, you're thinking it's going to be but if you could just see it, if you actually saw it, the amount of effort you would put in. But because you can't see the payoff. You don't buy into it. You don't believe it. Everything seems too far away. Wait, what? Okay, well, I obviously have missed it. Kelsey's talking on here, and she says literally not wanting to book. What? Sorry. Oh, you sent me a message on Instagram? Okay. I thought you were talking about just the group chat. Okay, what is going? Okay, so accurate. Okay, I'm glad it's accurate. Didn't see you live. Sent you a message. Okay. Oh, okay. I get that one. And then it's like, molding now. My phone is like, and they said, read your message out loud. Okay, hold on. I must be tapping into somebody's. Give me just a quick second. Okay, hold on. Maybe it's a molding, but you'll see my message later. Strange. Maybe it's. I'm trying to figure this one out. Hey, Manny. Okay. Please read my message out loud. Like now. Okay, before I read so Kelsey just sent me a message before I went through this whole thing. Let me just show you guys. I'm going to show not the full message. I'm going to show the time she sent this on Instagram, okay? Can you see the time on that message? Oh, Lordy. Oh, no. 8:56 a.m. I did not come on until 9:10. And I did not see this shit either. Just for people's reference so that they know, I do not get notifications of Instagram. I don't get notifications on any of my things. Not TikTok, any of that stuff. That was going wild. That got big. Because it gets on my nerves. My phone goes off every 5 seconds for some stupid shit. Like, if people like your thing and do that, it's like, oh my God. So I don't get messages. I don't know when I have to go into the app in order to see it. And then even sometimes it doesn't show me on my little message things because I have it set where like not every message comes through. And so I have to go into the message center, into another folder, into that kind of thing. So I didn't even know this. Do you want me, oh, Jesus Christ. Are you fucking shitting me? And Kelsey, at least you know, because you would have seen that I hadn't read it yet. We keep looking at hotels, but keep not booking. I felt something would come from going, but instantly my human said it's a waste of time. Okay, you're welcome to read it. Okay, so guys, real time, this is how a reading is coming through. This is weird. Now, this is the moment where Spirit's like, yes, you know what you're doing, to remind me. Hey, I hope you're well. Just had to tell you this because it's insanely scary. And Kelsey, I've been talking about booking something and going somewhere and traveling somewhere in the last couple of readings. Like, there was one where I said, they keep telling me the word travel. So as you know, things haven't been exactly working out financially. I sort of catfish a lot on Instagram. You'll see like a coffee, but it's actually from another time. Like, I'm not really, whatever. For years, we've tried and it seems to fail badly. There'll be like one good month at work and then 5 bad ones. Strange as well. Deals are happening, looking good, and then boom, suddenly the customers are sick and can't buy, or other weird reasons, like things just fall through. We almost became afraid of life because something negative would always happen and be taken away. First time ever, her husband had 2 good months. We don't have like enough for rent and things like that, but we have enough to do stuff. We wanted to go on a holiday to our dream place, like the place they want to live, which is like 7 hours away. I told you all, I have said this before to this has come up on this channel, but instantly lack came up. We've been now wanting to rather put it all away, fearing the next month's. This is the reading I had the other day. And something good will happen for us, and then it's bad, so we want to save it. For a rainy day kind of thing. Just listen to your reading about answering the call to travel. Girl, what the fuck? Okay. We've been talking about feeling we need to go, but we don't know how to get out of scarcity and live. But listening to it, we looked at each other and knew we have to go, although we are so afraid. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. I'm momming right now. I am so momming right now. Now I'm saying we can't go because Orion will only be 6 weeks old and it's not safe to drive so long, according to Google. Is he that bad of a driver? Is this what I'm hearing? He's a terrible driver. Was this me secretly trying to get out of it again? Yes, I'm answering you. We thought maybe a better option is a place closer. Go where your heart said you were supposed to go, where you feel drawn. There's a particular location. I've been talking about this for a year. It comes up every 3 months that somebody's meant to go somewhere because you're supposed to go somewhere. And like, you're supposed to go there. There's a better option, which is a half an hour drive, as it's recommended to only drive with baby. I swear to God. You can take stops. You can stop, feed the baby, love on him, make sure he's good. He's not sitting in shit. It's all good. It would still be an amazing getaway for us just to breathe. So I don't normally do this on live, but I feel like I have mentioned a multitude of times of the location you're at being not, like, all I'm getting is that's not far away enough. Like, you're meant to, like, I've talked about this, guys. Like, the 7-hour trip is almost like here where I live going to a different state. Like, this is not short distance. This is a big, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm talking about moving. I know you think you're meant to go there, and I think that you're accurate. You need to follow that. And I've talked about, see, I don't know. I feel like I'm mixing up some of the readings. We've talked about going ahead of. Like, there was the idea of going there even when you're not ready to move. And I remember, I feel like in our group meet one time I said, I don't know, I think it was then, for Peter to go ahead of you. And that might be difficult. Like, there's just a matter of, if you go there, you'll run into things. Things could happen. And sometimes just going to a particular location activates certain things in our lives. And so it's like, you need to listen to that. I'm just going to tell you, I feel like half an hour is not, it's still the same energy of where you are. Break, yes, amazing. But there's more to the trip than just the break, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I am just, that is weird shit when stuff is shown to you as a reader in the moment in such massive detail that you were accurate. It's like, okay. Whew. That is so weird. I literally just gave the example. That is very weird. I said it's like researching, having all the information and not booking. I just said that. Okay, I don't care if any people don't believe that. I think that level of confirmation was meant for me. It is to remind me the level of accuracy that I get, because there's so many times I'm like, are the people that need this even getting this reading? You know what I mean? Because sometimes people try to make it so broad, and it's like, sometimes when we get to these cosmic tarot, sometimes some very specific shit comes through, and I'm like, and I know it can be for a multitude of people. Like, whoever needs to hear that they need to follow through with something, it's one little tidbit thing. One little tiny action. Wow. Okay. This Page of Cups, like some type of thing that you would have to accept. We've got now the Knight of Cups with the Two of Pentacles. It's like saying this offer is the next step. So you're lacking on following through with something and doing something, and in doing so, this offer that you would have to accept, or it's like there's something in answering the call, right? So that's the Page of Cups, but it's going to turn into a Knight of Cups. That's like something that you would fall in love with. Like, that's the Page of Cups showing up, offering a cup, right? To replenish you. And remember, there's always something popping out of the cup, like beep, beep, like something additional you didn't know was in there that represents abundance and stuff like that. So like there's something extra to this that you don't see. And it's like what you don't realize, it's not really just a Page of Cups, it's a Knight of Cups. Tell me a little more about the Knight of Cups. There's more than meets the eye, is what I just heard. Whatever this is, more than meets the eye, is going to do a complete trajectory. It's not, I want to use a different word. It's going to send you in the opposite direction of what you're at right now. That's the reading yesterday. You currently feel like you're in the Five of Pentacles. Whatever this is 10 of Pentacles. You know, and in that reading, it was like the 10 of Pentacles allows you to accept the offer. So this could be, and I remember I was like, I can't tell, is the offer coming first or is it the other? Maybe it's simultaneous. That didn't even fucking dawn on me. Maybe the offer is so beneficial that that's the reason you can take it, because it allows you to do this and that. There's something with it's both. Instead of having to pick and choose, there's something, maybe the 10 of Pentacles is wrapped up in the Page of Cups. This offer allows you, it is so great that is the reason you can take the offer. Because we have the Knight of Swords, which is a massive 180, swift cutting out and swift change. This is very decisive, quick turnaround type of energy. And right next to illusions and disappointment. Like this will allow for a stark contrast, a stark change. So the idea and notion that it's not, it may look like a Page of Cups, but it's really a 10 of Pentacles or a Knight of Cups. It's more than what you realize. It's greater than what you realize. Okay, so talk about the Page of Cups again. And it brings about change. It puts you on a new path, which is exactly what they're saying here. You're getting more than you think you're going to get with this. Fucking Judgment again. Okay. I know this ain't just for Kelsey. It is say yes. It is answer the call. You couldn't make it more. I feel like when they tell me, you just know, like, you know. Like, I feel like Spirit has probably slapped you upside the head a couple of times. Even with this thing, it's like you kind of already know. You've been skirting around something. You've been kind of doing something, but not it. And you're like, I just can't. And it's like, it's one tiny little move that changes everything. One tiny little thing changes everything. What is that one little move? They knew I was going to go there. Okay. Give me a second. You kind of already know it. You kind of took some action towards it. You kind of did this, that, and the other, but you haven't done it. Because if you're in the Eight of Swords energy, you're going to want to know. You're already like, I don't even have the bandwidth or the energy to determine what that one little action is. So what is that action? What is that one little thing? Because they got brain fog. They are checked out. Okay, so it's very masculine energy. It is action oriented. It is decisive. That came with a force, like somebody took it out my hand. Give me a hot second. See where this is gonna go. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Are you? Damn. Okay. First coming out, we have a lot of major arcana. Just saying. We have the King of Swords with the Hierophant. This is making something a reality external to you. What you want, desire, what reflects you to the core, making it a reality external to you, okay? That's what the Hierophant does. And of course, I want to say, and that in and of itself, creating a life external to you that reflects who you really are is what spirituality is all about. It is the honor of who you truly, deeply are at the core. It is the recognition of that. It is the standing in your power, standing in your truth, your willingness to exercise that. Like, it is just you living it versus you embodying it, right, in your world. Then you have the King of Swords, who goes beyond just the knowing. Queen of Swords, eagle eye view, understands things, goes beyond the knowing and makes that decision and takes the action. Like, there's no waffling, there's no wavering, there's no like, it is so. I just heard that. That took over me. It is so. I feel like this Four of Pentacles is a little different. The last one, they were holding on to it, right? You're so fearful of that. But this, by doing the King of Swords and the Hierophant, you create that stability. The point of the Four of Pentacles is actually to attain stability, security, financially, within your life, in your material world. That's what that's for. That's what you were doing in the Three of Pentacles, was trying to build that, right? Take this action that you feel called to do and create the life external to you that you know reflects you the most. And that is where you will find your sense of stability. Now down here, this is amazing. Remember that kersploosh we had? We have, let me just read it off to you. Justice, Wheel of Fortune, Star, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. So if you're like, I don't know what that one little action is, what is the one little action? Sorry, stuff started coming through. The one little action that actually allows you to do what you feel reflects you the most. But then I got this overwhelming sense of, that's just it, I don't know. See, if you take a path that's already been built for you by society, there's already this pre-planned out something. So you can look to others for what that next step is. But when you are doing and creating and paving your own path, you can look to others. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to look anything like your terrain that's currently in front of you, and that you're going to be able to exactly replicate that. So let's start here. Star card is the overall of following that guidance, staying on your path, We had this the other day. You are on the right path. You have to believe that you're on the right path. You have to believe that creating something that external to you that represents who you are at a spiritual level internally. Because again, your truth and your knowing and your inner core is your spirituality, period, point blank. That is the divine within. Creating the life external to you that reflects that is what you're meant to take action towards, and is the thing that will bring this sense of stability and like this gives you the foundation to build on. That's what this is. It's the foundation. So maybe you're meant that little action you're meant to take is the initiation of building the foundation for something that reflects you at a spiritual level. And just doing it. This star is this unwavering following of the path, staying on course, which will bring about a turn of fortune for you that will balance the scales back out, that will give you the justice you're seeking. Sorry, I thought I saw a cardinal. Y'all know me. It will turn things completely around and back into your favor. It's like the just rewards will finally come in. And on the other side of following your path is living again. Remember, the Ace of Wands, which was over here, is feeling alive, involved, inspired, lit up. The Pentacles is your path, your new path in life. The Ace of Pentacles is also the Ace of Wands. This new path in life that has potential for all kinds of expansion financially, but just expansion in your life, like this new path, because the Two of Pentacles is choosing that other path, right? Choosing a new path. The other pentacle, it's almost like having two aces here, two Ace of Pentacles, which one I'm going to go to. And you choose the new one, and it brings you back to life. It brings excitement, adventure. You feel alive again. You're starting to live again. And so ask yourself, what is the one little action I can take? Because again, I want to say it's not this monumental move. I'm going to use me as an example. There are things that I do away from tarot and spirituality to keep things going, keep my life going, right? Sometimes that seems easier, those paths, because I can go to other people, right? For whatever reason, when you do something like this, while I could look at other tarot readers, if I were to make a decision and do something that really reflects me, it's not going to look like what other tarot readers do. But if I were trying to discern in my life, what would this be for me to create a life that reflects who I really am? And it would be following and doing something in the realm of my spirituality and my gifts, right? And then it's like, okay, well then what would that be? What would it be that would be so minute that I've been told to do, and I've skirted around it, and it landed. It just fucking landed. I think I can get something from this reading. Because I'm over here going, even in my own life, I'm like, shit, I wouldn't know what that is. If I did, I'd have done it. Well, that might be a little bit of a lie. I'm just going to be honest with you. Because all of you all know one of my illustrious mods, LP, we literally had this conversation. I have been pulled to do this for months. I've talked about it on here for months. I mean months. It wouldn't be, it's one slight change. I come on live anyways, all the time. And I keep feeling like, I'm like, no, like what good would it do? Like, it's not going to give me the result that I want. It's just going to deplete me. Can y'all guess what it is? A million times, people ask for it every day, and it's something I used to do exclusively, and nobody else, I do mean nobody else, did it like I did on YouTube. Nobody. The live tarot readings, like literally, it's a tiny little shift. You're coming on anyway, Shauna. Just do live readings for people. The personal live tarot demystified. Y'all remember that? How many times have I said it? I even had a conversation a whole ass month and a half ago, and he's like, I really feel like you should be doing this. I just want, and he brought it up without me saying that. He's like, you're really meant to get back to that. So let's just use good old Shauna as an example. Would that take a whole lot out of my, is that any more than getting on, feeling your energies? Because how many times do people go, oh my God, that reading's for me, that are in my chat? And Spirit's like, listen, bitch, we're going to get these messages directly to these people one way or the other. You could make it a whole lot. Guess what? If you would just take this one little step, we've told you a million times, and you're like, okay, I will. No, I can't. Okay, I will. No, I can't. Well, I'm coming on live. Isn't that good enough? You were told a million times, and they're like, hey, maybe something will pop off. It's something you used to do. If you go back and revisit something you used to do, or that was an old, it's clicking. Old reading. Let's use Shauna as the example. Maybe things will go in a way that you'd like them to go. Maybe something will come from that. Maybe you'd be able to find stability with that. And I would convince myself, like, no, that takes a lot of energy and and I'm just, I need the energy to find a way to, because y'all know I've been talking, like, I can manage. I keep status quo here, right? I want to get beyond status quo. And I'm like, no, I got to find another way, because I'm convinced that this wouldn't pop off that quickly. It's like, pick the fucking towel up, Shauna. Pick the fucking towel up. And then for Spirit, for me to be like, I don't know what you want me to do. And Spirit's like, oh, I swear to God, if we send this bitch one more sign of what she needs to do. What do you mean you don't know? It came out your mouth, Shauna. It came out your own mouth. We send people every time you go live. Every time asking for a reading. Every time. We sent one of your mods to have a conversation with you. That's me with my children when I'm like, it's under the towel. And they just, where? It's under the towel. I don't see it. I looked at it. It's under the towel. Right? You all are not the only ones who are dense as fuck. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Yay! I got convinced. People told me that it was like, I did feel like for a little bit that was, I was like, I'm doing all of this and nothing's coming from it. I'm exerting and I'm not getting anything back. And I felt like it was taking more from me energetically, because I can leave here after I do 9 or 10 readings for people live on YouTube. Maybe I should do a better job of pacing myself, but y'all know once I get into the channel and I will feel physically ill, and I'm like, for what? It's not doing anything good. And sometimes, boy, I tell you, if there isn't just a calling a bitch out real quick, okay? Because there's times where I'm like, I don't even know if it's, am I even getting it right? Like, I have this big thing, like, I do not want to give people false information. I do not. I am not one of those people. Like the ethics are high with this one. And if I can't see results. So what do they give me today? A reading that I start doing where it's like undeniable. Somebody, y'all, I was running around. Let me tell you what I was doing before I came on live. It wasn't looking at my phone. I can tell you that much. I was getting my coffee. My child needed help getting his butt wiped. Okay. because he may or may not have been a little sick last night. And sometimes when he gets sick, when he goes to the bathroom, y'all put 2 and 2 together. Okay, I don't gotta say it out loud. And then I was just like hurrying. My phone was over there plugged up. So that little spiel that I did where I'm like, oh my God, Kelsey, I don't care if anybody else believed it. That was for me. That was for me. That was to remind me, yes, you do. Yes, you are accurate. Yes, you are able to do this. Yes, we will utilize you. So now you have 2 people where this reading and maybe even the other ones, I'm going to have to fucking go back and watch now. Just saying. Where it's like Spirit is telling you something, you know it, man. I got to go watch that one. You know it. I've known this. Well, we all have been in a collective energy, haven't we? We all have, haven't we? All I wanted was to come on here and it be. I do just the coffee and tarot because it's what I can do. It's what I have energy to do. It's what I love. And I'm like, I can't go above and beyond that because I feel pulled in a million directions in my life, much like you all, right? But I stuck with it. And I'm like, I like the idea of giving just that much more. Isn't that what I just said in this reading? The idea of giving just this, I don't want to make the false, I feel like I got that much left. And if I do a live reading, I won't have the energy for the rest of my life afterwards. And I got a lot of shit I got to take care of. So I do this because it's all I got in me. That's what I keep saying. And over here, we've got the 8 of Swords. You're so worried that you're going to be so depleted. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. Just a tiny little effort, just one little thing, guys. I don't know what your one little thing is, but I will attempt to do my one little thing. In saying this, I even feel the resistance. I can feel it. Because I want to automatically go to, what is it going to do? What is it going to do that I can't do here? Y'all are watching me process in real life, okay? And I'm sure this is how you do it as well, right? And just as a reminder, there is no practitioner, healer, tarot reader, seer, whatever you want to fucking call them, who is impervious to expansion, evolution, growth, or being called the fuck out by spirit, okay? There are no messiahs. And if anybody puts someone on a pedestal like that, you need to remove them fast. Okay? We are not impervious to the shit we tell you. Okay? So here it is. You want to see what processing something in real time and realizing and acknowledging and having to be like, oh, okay. Because a million times, sometimes I get messages from spirit, not through when I'm doing it for you all, but and I'm like, I'll try to apply it to other scenarios because I'm thinking there's no way that doesn't make any sense in this realm because I don't care how much I see something. I chose not to see it. The idea of all you got to do is go back to how you started, Shauna. Go back to what you did before you did coffee and tarot, before you did, you know what I mean? And it's I'm like, well, I at least went live. And I at least did it, that kind of thing, because it's comfortable and I love it. And I'm not going to stop doing it. But it's it just feels like that's going to deplete me. Why do I got to give that one extra little thing? It's like the idea of having to go back and pick the fucking towel up to find the keys. And it's you couldn't have jingled them when I was moving stuff around and all that kind of, you know what I mean? I feel like there's an inner teenager inside of me that almost wants to be like, no. And I don't know why. I'm sure it has something to do with well, it didn't work out before. The stories we tell. Or is it just being in life? right now in the world, absorbing all the energies because everybody feels like it's a shit show, or a lot of people do. The world economy is not doing great. People are struggling and ready to break out, but they don't know how. That is an overall theme across the globe. I don't know. But I did love it. There was something amazing in the feeling and experiencing, like I did today with Kelsey, where I'm like, oh, because in real time I'm having conversations. I love not knowing the person and being able to reflect things back to them that they're like, there's no fucking way. I love it when they have an aha moment. I love it when other people have an aha moment off of somebody else's reading. I love that. And I remember being asked one time, why do you do this for free? Because most people who do the live readings, back in the day, it was like you had to donate and then they would do it. That's what they do over on TikTok a lot. And then it got to the point where people were like, wow, you're doing a real reading, a real reading. I'm like, no, like I would do a reading. Like I'm doing a reading like you would if you purchased it from me. Let's go. I'm not stopping until spirit's done. Nobody else was doing that. Nobody else would spend 45 minutes on one person giving them a reading for everybody else to watch. Because there is some, like that feels like home to me. So why is there resistance to it? That is something I get to explore. Why have I continuously put it off? Why have I said, well, what I'm doing is enough? Am I mad because I've done it before? Oh, I know what it is. Life threw a million wrenches at me. I quit being able to do that when my father passed. Remember, I used to come on all the time a lot. And it would be sporadic and sparse. And then my mom got sick. And then I had to move. And then I remember just grieving. I went through a year of hell trying to keep that alive, still trying to do that. That's what it is. I bet there's resentment in me. Y'all are gonna get, we're getting there. We're gonna get there together, okay? Resentment in me. Watch Shauna process this shit. Watch her figure it out. Resentment that I did everything to stay on task, to keep doing it, to keep engaged in that, and life kept throwing shit at me. Health issues from the stress of taking care of my father passing, my mother having difficulties, then me having to get the entire house together in 2 months to sell it, then selling the house and moving into a new home, getting into a new home and instantaneously breaking out because it's full of, there were things here that I was allergic to. Spending 3 months trying to get rid of that. It was like one thing after another. And then when I finally felt like I could exhale and breathe, and I came back on and started doing the tarot demystified again, I lost all my electronics. And now spirit wants me to come back on and do those again. Why the fuck did you let life throw so much shit at me if you wanted me to fucking do it? So yes, there's resentment. Yes, that's what it is. I have resentment to doing something that I actually do love. Because why would you let all of that happen? Like, why, when I fought so hard to get to a balanced place, an entire year of work, so that I could get back to doing it consistently, and then I did, and then I lost all my electronics. And I was in such a place, I was in the fearful energy of money that I felt like I can't spend $1,000 on this and 500 on the, like, I can't do that. I got to save it. I got to, I had bills and stuff. I went through that whole process too, guys. And I have been pulled and wanted to, but also really resistant ever since then. Like, I couldn't think of any more things life could have thrown at me They literally, death was one of them. And yes, I was burnt the fuck out after that. And yes, I got sick and tired of feeling so drained and exhausted. Like if I had the gumption and the wherewithal to follow through with it, to follow through with doing what I was supposed, like what I felt called to do, life would make sure I couldn't recover. Oh, you managed to get through that and come back again? Let me throw something else your way. It's almost like when you feel called to revisit something that you've always done and felt called to, but you felt like you were blocked from, when they call you back to go, judgment, the resurrection of something, the call to do something, you almost don't want to answer it because you're like, fuck you. Oh, now you want me to do this? Like, yes, that's the inner teenager, right? Right? Gosh, that is the inner teenager. Like the teenager with its parent working through that, you know what I mean? Like maybe they would have, like maybe I would have done it, but I'm being called to it. Oh, what, I owe you something that now, oh, when I wanted to do it, this is so teenager. When I wanted to do it, it was like, no. Now spirit wants me to do it. My higher self, and now I just should comply. I just, you know what I mean? That's my inner teenager. There we go. That's where it is. That's where we're at. So for what? It is a little bit of there is an energy of what do I get out of it? Even though my brain is like, ew, what do I get out of it? Because everything I ever tried before, that shit was just way too much and it's not worth it. And why now? It's just there's anger still towards life. I can't say that spirit's the one that threw a million things at me on purpose to try and prevent me from doing something. It was just life. And maybe the call is happening now because spirit recognizes that you have the reserve and the wherewithal that you do. And now is the right time. The old stuff is gone. You've recuperated. You've healed. You're in a good space now. And the timing is right to bring something else in. Now's the time. It isn't that you owe shit to anybody. It isn't that spirit was trying to stop you before or whatever else it is. It's just that now is the moment for things to happen that you always wanted to happen. And that would be why that call is unrelenting and doesn't stop. That thing, the thing you're supposed to, one little step you're supposed to take is the thing that keeps knocking, guys. I just got it. I'm thinking of Kelsey's situation where she's like, they've visited this idea for months and in this location and they've thought it and they pondered it and it's like, yes, no. And they're like, kind of thing. Should I, shouldn't I? And it's like, but it keeps knocking. It won't stop. What keeps knocking for you and won't stop? And the thing is, it's not something grandiose. It's not. It's funny. You're like, what? What am I supposed to do? What? And it's the one thing that keeps knocking. And you think there's no fucking way. No way. It's almost as if that knocking has gotten to be like that annoying little thing. You know, the little kid that sits at the table and they like they kicking it over and over again. So it becomes background noise. The call has become background noise to you. Until, like any other mom, you're like, what are you doing? Like until it hits that point of like, it gets louder. It didn't get louder. It's just built up. The energy has built up within you and around you, and it's just louder and louder and louder and louder and louder and louder. And you're like, what? You know, or it's a kid while you're trying to cook dinner. I'm sorry, I'm a mom. I got all kinds of mom analogies. Who is like, Mom, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you? And you're just like, and you're in a zone because by God, you don't want to burn yourself. And finally, you're like, what? And here's the thing. That little kid just wanted to ask you if it was okay if they had a Kool-Aid. They didn't need you to do any grand gesture. They didn't need you to put the straw in it for them. They didn't need to, but they were supposed to ask for permission, and they did exactly what they were supposed to do. I think you ask Spirit, when can I do this? When is the right time? When am I going to be able to have this? When is it? And they're like, hello? Because it's time. You're irritated at the knock. You're irritated at the knock. We are irritated at the knock. And we can't, because of what we've been through, fathom that somehow this level, this thing that brings us joy or enjoyment or whatever it is going to be the thing that brings in justice and the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. I just dropped that. I'm not bending over. It doesn't happen. All you have to do is you're already on course. That's what they meant. Like with the tarot, you're already on course. Just keep going. I don't know what the knock is for you, or what that tiny one little thing, action, step, whatever that you feel is just too great for you, that you've been missing this entire time. But something tells me when you see this reading, it's going to click. Because it's happened too many times in this reading already. But that's it. That's the thing. And you just cannot fathom it would be that simple. It's easier to buy into all the fears and stuff like that would tell you no than it is to believe it's that simple. Because you more than likely been there, done that before. Okay. Well, we just got, I don't know, is this a call out? Is this this reminds me of the moment where you tell your child 1,000,000 times something. If there's a TikTok, I don't know if any of y'all, I know some people don't have TikTok, right? But there's a where they try to hand the pot over and they go, it's hot on the bottom. And they pull it back because the child tries to grab it. It's hot on the bottom. It's hot. It's fucking hot on the bottom. And the child's like, you know what I mean? They grab it finally by the handles. It's like, that is just the energy of this reading. And it's the parent going, that's what Spirit's doing right now. You know, when you finally do it and then it clicks with them and you're like, holy fucking shit, I swear to God, oh my God. That's Spirit. Spirit is like, oh, like you have literally almost given Spirit a nervous breakdown. If they were human, oh, they're the parent right now. Holy shit. Like, I don't know what clicks today, but they've been trying to tell you for a long time. And you have fought it. Holy shit. And yes, they try to tell you in 1,000,000 different ways. Same as with me. First, it was the download. And I was like, oh, I feel called. Then it was sharing it with you all. Then they send people every day and every day and every day. And I'm always like, it's a collective read. sorry. You can book on my website. Well, I'm sure Spirit needs like some gin, vodka, something. Because the fact that it just landed and they're like, oh my God, all that. It took all that. That's such a parent mood. I know that energy. And I'm over here like, because let me tell you, I was jumping through hoops to apply whatever they was telling me and was coming through to other shit. I was jumping through hoops. I was jumping. Aerobatic. Woo! Let me go back up here and see what y'all are saying. You making fun of me because I was having issues? I was. That, and it's hard though. Better than nothing. Like the some people you may help, you may never see, or they may never comment, and it's difficult to stick with something if you feel like it's not. If you don't. And I know it's such a human thing. Because here's the thing: the channel comes through the human vessel, and the human has to feel compelled to it, has to feel dedicated to it, and it gets difficult when your human aspect is like, I know, I get it on a conceptual level, I get it on a soul level, but there are times when it's like, what is this doing? Like, and I know we all know that because we all at some point hit that. Blueberry, hello. LP, I was just calling you out. Like, not calling you out, calling out how you have called me out and how I've ignored it. So just, oh, don't worry. I talked about some stuff you and I have talked about, and I was like, oh. So there you go. Yeah, that was, and while true, the notion that no idea is new, there are times when nobody is doing something despite, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not a novel concept to do it. I'm talking about the live reads. I'm just thinking in that respect. But it can be a time when if nobody else is doing it, that may be why you're called to it. Well, yeah. So, all right. I am going to take some time to integrate that shit back into my beingness, okay? Sit with that message for a little bit. Thank you, Blueberry. And I will work on actually following through with coming on and doing a tarot demystified. Good morning, Latasha. You just missed a really epic good reading. I suggest you go back and watch it when you get time. Obviously, you can like be, when you're going around the house cleaning, come back and listen to it and that kind of stuff. But yeah. Really nice. Send me a pic, Elfie. Okay, guys, I'm gonna hop off and sit with this. And I love y'all bunches. I hope you enjoyed watching me process through some shit. Sometimes you gotta be the example, right? And I hope everybody has a fantastic, wonderful day. And I will be back on again soon.